I think everyone associates the club, so whether it's the players, the coaches, the administration staff, the membership, the whole Southwest region should be incredibly proud that this region is producing players across the England programmes, ranging from the under-19s through to specialist development camps, through to England Lions and the England senior team. I think it's a great reflection of what this club's all about, and I think it bodes great success for the club moving forward.
What is it about the Somerset model and the way we're developing our players and our coaches that sort of prepares them maybe in the way it does to step into that England setup? Because 13 out of out from one county is a phenomenally large number, isn't it?
I think it's a combination of a number of things. There's significant competition for places here across the whole system. So whether it's county age group cricket, through to the academy, through to gaining the first professional contract, to establish themselves as a prominent role in second team cricket, demonstrating performances over a consistent period of time to earn that opportunity to play first team cricket. Because there's that competition for places means standards rise. There'll be players that have the opportunity currently in situ playing first 11 cricket, but there's people snapping away at their ankles looking for that opportunity through their performances to put those players under pressure. And so there's always that competition. I think that puts us in a really strong position. I think that the success of the first 11 inspires the future generations. People see their idols, their role models, achieving their aspirations. Tom Banton, T20 cricket. There'll be 3,000 young people out there thinking, I want to be Tom Banton. Lewis Gregory. People in Devon were looking at being able to relate to Lewis Gregory and thinking, I want to emulate that. It's inspirational. And over a number of years now, we've had players they've either been right on the cusp of playing international cricket or have actually made their international debuts. I remember a story about Josh Buttler coming here as a young nipper and being inspired by watching Marcus Trescothick. Josh Buttler then became that Marcus Trescothick, and so on and so on and so on. It's inspirational, and I think we've got to make sure we don't let go of that. And I think it's really important that we always work hard. I think there's a really strong work ethic here, so the coaches work incredibly hard. It's all about development, so it's about developing players. But from a club's perspective, it's about us providing opportunities to develop our coaches as well, and make sure that we're encouraging them to seek out opportunities to get experiences in external environments that can add value to our environment and also add value to their development. So I think we've got a pretty good model here, pretty good system, and hopefully it will continue to flourish moving forward.
Now obviously we talked about those people going on and being involved with England, but that has a challenge back here for us, doesn't it? I mean, taking 13 people away, or they won't all go at once, but taking the players away into the various England things, and for instance also we've got the 100 and other things that are going on this coming summer. What sort of a challenge does that present for us to actually have to cope with?
So it definitely does present some significant challenges. But if we could just talk about the flip side of that first, players going away to other environments, getting exposure to other conditions, getting exposure to other players and other players' insights, getting exposure to other coaches can be really educational, and they can bring some of those experiences back, which can add more value to our environment. So I think there's a huge positive to it. There is of course the downside, which means that they're unavailable to train within our environment, so we can miss out on some of our leaders. So Tom and Lewis have both been away this winter but haven't been around our environment, so that provides us a challenge. So other people have to step up and lead the environment. And then obviously during the summer, where potentially players are going away for Lions games or international senior games, that leaves a gap. That's why it's so important that we've got quality and depth of players coming through in every single department. And hence why it's so important that our quality reaches right out across the whole Southwest region. And that's why it's so important that we get good coaches in place, developing these younger players coming into our system. We've got a lot of eyes watching a lot of cricketers, fulfilling lots of reports that gives us good information to make good informed decisions regarding recruiting players onto our system in the academy, PSPP, and providing opportunities as well for players in second team cricket. So it's important that, yes, we recognise its success, but we've got to make sure we've got some strong systems in place to enable us to continue to remain competitive at the very highest level in first class cricket and one day cricket here at Somerset.
You've been here since 2001, and over that period of years you've obviously spent some time away outside of the camp and looked back in, and now you're back involved. our relationships with our neighbouring counties, with the national counties, has actually developed and is now stronger perhaps than it's ever been. And how do you see that developing further, and how important is that to us in ensuring that we have that conveyor belt of players here?
I think first and foremost, there's always been a very strong history, hasn't there, between our relationship and what used to be the minor counties, Devon, Dorset and Cornwall. And I think over time, with both us and the national counties have looked at how we can strengthen that. And I remember actually while I was away in 2014, 15, 16, that Jason actually invested a lot of time and effort into really building and establishing those relationships to become even more effective. There was a lot of commitment from us, but also a lot of commitment from those national counties, and it grew that relationship. And I think moving forward, as we talked about, as we're looking to produce players and become as successful as we possibly can, it's important we've got depth. We just had to look at how we were operating, and was there any ways we could actually be more effective? Were we maximising the expertise in those areas and the expertise here at Somerset County Cricket Club? A lot of those answers were yes. But actually there was a couple of areas where we could just fine tune. And it was about drilling down, understanding what the challenges were to see if we could actually do that more effectively. And also an area we looked to really investigate was how we're working commercially, how we're communicating with each other, what expertise we've got here from a marketing perspective that actually can be shared with our national counties. And actually it's been embraced collectively by both us and our national counties partners to really grow this. And we've just started on a new journey moving forward, and I truly believe that it's in a really strong, robust position. But how good would it be if over a number of years' time that we're not only producing players across the boys and women's and men's and girls game, but actually we're sharing expertise around our coaching staff as well. I think that's really, really exciting. And the thing for me is that here in the Southwest there is a real core talent. There is a huge hotbed of talent here across the whole game. Players, boys and girls, men and women, and coaches. We've got to try and maximise that and make that a competitive advantage for us.
I'm guessing one of the players who we're talking about now who's come through our contact with Cornwall was Lewis Goldsworthy, who was the first player on the PSPP, the Potential Somerset Player Programme, who's now actively out playing under-19 cricket for England. I mean, he's a typical case in point, isn't he?
It's a great example. Casey Aldridge, another great example. The PSPP allowed us another layer below our academy to get more contact time, more eyes on, and work closely with the national county, in this case Cornwall. And it allowed us to communicate more effectively, it allowed us to have a shared investment in him, and it also provided us with an opportunity then to provide him chances to play second 11 cricket. And you just keep finding out more and more about the play, you find out more and more about the character. And a lot of top coaches and top managers across many variety of sports talk about character. Well, the more time you spend with someone, or the more time you have to have contact with them, the more you find out about them. And that enabled us to make a really more informed decision regarding his future, moving him into the professional game. And what exciting opportunity he's got right now in the Under-19 Cricket World Cup, and he's really demonstrated what he's all about. And I truly believe he's got a really good character. He's really, really competitive. He's hungry to be the best he can be. He's gutsy, he enjoys the competitive fight, and he's got a big future.
So what you're really saying is, we are Somerset, but we're Somerset on behalf of the whole of the southwest of England.
I really do see it as the whole southwest. The Griffin here represents the whole southwest region, and it's just that we're just operating in different organisations, but we've all got the same highest possible intention to develop people, to develop players and allow them to fulfil their aspirations to play the highest level cricket they possibly can. And we all share a common love for Somerset County Cricket Club, and we all have a strong awareness about everyone else's needs. I think we're in a really healthy position right now.